You know, I heard a quote one time from Vincent van Gogh that really rang true. He said, he has dedicated his life to his art and he has lost his mind in the process. When I sat and I thought about that, it sounded very familiar. I have given every single thing, every ounce of my life to this craft, to perfecting my craft, and I continue to do so. And in the process, I have lost my mind to regular society, to people who wake up at 9 a.m., who clock out at 5 p.m. They would look at me and say, I've lost my mind, but me, I have found it almost.
My name is Conor McGregor. I'm a professional MMA fighter. My dream is to be world lightweight champion in the UFC, have more money than I know what to do with, and have a great life for my kids, my grandkids, everyone in my family, everyone that's come up with me. That's my dream. My dream is to be number one.
Most young men, why they got into martial arts was to defend themselves. I started off really being into football. That was what my first dreams were, you know, being a football player. And how good you were at playing football and how good you were at fighting, you know, they were the two things where I grew up. And then maybe as I start going outside my little estate and all, conflicts start happening, and I mean, I had to kind of think to myself, right, I need to be able to defend myself now as well. Not even to get back at anyone around, just to kind of be like, right, this guy knows what he's at, just leave him alone. No, that's it, I don't know why I'm doing it other than that really. Now I'm obsessed.
I was working in the plumbing business at the time, yeah, but it would have been around that time that John, I left the plumbing business.
How bad was that?
The plumbing?
Yeah.
Horrendous. It was just a horrible, horrible time, and I was like, you know what, I don't want to do this, and then I just left, and then I just stopped going, didn't get out of bed. Then my dad would come in and try and bait me out of bed, and we'd have fights, and literally, for a good while I never spoke. I didn't really speak to my dad. We just kind of stayed away from each other. Anytime I come across my dad, anytime we did speak was to fight.
Why did it get to that point, to where he was that mad?
Because I was doing absolutely nothing. I was out getting into trouble. Yeah, basically felt like I was doing fuck all. I was a waster. You know, I was a waster. Got that, called that a lot, you know what I mean? The real stress and the real fights come from the mortgage, come from this stress of home. A lot of people are getting evicted from their homes around here. So that's something that I grew up with. That was a big stress in my family. It caused a lot of stress, so I just wanted to give it back and help out and just do that. And my mother and father are still young. Now they have their feet up, they can relax, they are in a new place, so it's good. That's something I always dreamed of. I always visualized what giving would feel like, given to people who have given to me, what that would feel like. I always dreamed of just showing up one day and be like, here.
I always visualized good things. I always visualized victory, success, abundance. I visualized it all, and it's all happening.
If you have a clear picture in your head of something is going to happen, a clear belief in that it will happen no matter what, then nothing can stop it. You know what I mean? It is destined to happen, and that's what happens. You know what I mean? It's perfect. I'm fighting myself. You know what I mean? Because you are fighting yourself. There is no opponent. You know what I mean? It's you versus you, and let's say I'm fighting myself in there, and I'm gonna beat myself. Not even martial arts. Life, you know what I mean? It's always you versus you. If you're competing against other people, you know what I mean? Competing against others, and you're going to become bitter. Eventually you'll become bitter. But if you compete against yourself, you'll become better.
There are no restrictions. There are no limits. There's no one trying to get something from me, or trying to make me do this, or make me do that, or send me here, or send me there, or stop me from going full. I'm free. I go in and do as I please. This is my time now. So it's a beautiful experience, and it's almost an out-of-body experience, and it becomes very, very addictive. So that's what you're seeing here. I'm addicted to that feeling, and I will do anything to get in there and get that feeling again.
I truly believe we are all equal as human beings. If we are obsessed with something and we truly pursue our passion with everything we have, regardless of anything else, if you are obsessed, work hard, put in the time, you will succeed, and that is a philosophy that I carry, my coaches carry, and to see LeBron James, who's like a mega superstar over here and a phenomenal athlete, share
that belief is inspiring right back to me. It shows that we are thinking correct. You know, this is hard work. This is an obsession. Nothing can beat hard work. If you're doing something and you're not interested or you have no passion for it, you should truly follow your passion.
I'm not doing this for this. I'm not doing this for fake acting and pretending I can, you know what I mean? Trying to give emotion to some guy that wants emotion from me for a shot. I can't do that. I don't do this for that. But I understand that it's a double-edged sword and you must do that. I do it for the competition, to step foot inside that octagon, to have that feeling of freedom. So that is why I say I don't feel pressure in there. I do not. I feel free in there.
It sounds like you were the last person that would ever give an excuse why you lost.
No, there is no excuse, you know what I mean? It's, like I've been beat before, you know what I mean? I've lost MMA fights, I've lost boxing fights, I've lost so many fights in the gym, you know, I lose all the time, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. If you, any true martial artist will know, in order to succeed at this game, you must lose a fucking shitload of times, you know what I mean? You must lose many times, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. We all have we all have the same emotions. We have all won and we have all lost. It's a sport. It is what it is, you know. Just get on with it. Look to learn from it, you know. The day you stop trying to learn is the day you start losing, you know what I mean? So I'm always going to learn regardless of the result, you know what I mean? Win or lose, I will take something from it all. And you know the way people say you learn more from your losses and things like that. That is true. You learn a lot from your losses, but as well as that, you learn from your wins. People can say, let's say you beat a guy, and you're at the beating that guy. You're a winner now. You know what I mean? You're a winner. So now I get to take the foot off the pedal. I don't need to learn so much. I'm at the beating this guy. I'm a winner. You know what I mean? That's gonna stop you. That can take over people, especially in this game. When you're signed to the UFC and there's all media things going on and there's people looking for pictures and shit. That can take over. That can make you feel like you're bigger than you are. You know what I mean? That happens to guys. You ever see guys that I see guys all the time coming in that are around this company since day one. Their performances just stay the same. They stagnate. Their performances stagnate. Then they get even worse. You know, they arrive on for the fight out of shape, not looking in shape, barely made weight, sluggish. You know what I mean? That's not gonna be me. I stay ready. I'm always in shape. You know what I mean? You're not gonna catch me out of shape. Win or lose, I'm gonna be ready to go. No ego. You know, you can't have an ego in this game. We've all won. We've all lost. It is what it is. Just keep going, keep doing your thing, keep working hard. I'm a cocky motherfucker, but if you come in and you get me, I'll stand before you and I'll stand before everyone and say, you got me. I'll get you next time. And that's it. Every human being, everyone in here at some stage, we face loss. We've all lost something. You know, we all know how a loser on the night feels because we have all lost at one point or other in our lives. You need to stop putting your hand out. Everyone wants handouts. Everyone wants things for free. Or everyone, you know what I'm saying? You've got to put in the work. You've got to grind. You've got to go through the struggle. And you've got to get it. If you deserve it, go get it. You know, don't complain, don't cry. Get the fucking work and go get it. I've been listening to laughter all my career. I've been listening to them laugh my whole career. They've been laughing. What? An Irishman win a Cage Warriors world title? Hell no. You serious? An Irishman? An Irishman win a fight in the UFC? Hell no. Laughs all around. Okay, you gotta win. Now he wants to win a world title? Hell no, he's all talk, he's all hype, he's a joke. Laughter all around at the Joker. Then the Joker goes and wins the world title. Now he wants to win a second world title. More laughter. Listen, the sound of laughter and the sound of doubt motivates me. So I'm enjoying that. I seek that. I don't feel no doubt. I don't feel that going and fighting any of these other UFC bums right now. They need to rise up. Right now they're down there. I've got this situation where people are truly doubting me like they doubted me at the very, very beginning. And that's motivating for me. That's what's going to drive me to the gym when I need to go to the gym and to put in that work to get that win.
Stripping that all back to the start of your career, a man with a dream, you know, training in the gym day in, day out. If somebody said to you, you'll have or you'll be as successful as you are now, what would you had said back then?
I believe you. That's what I would have said. Because I did believe.
Yeah,
I believed in it. I had very few people who told me that. I had a small group of people that would tell me something like that. Other than that, it was just me telling myself.
Yep.
So if someone came up to me and told me that all the way back then, I'd say you're right. I was a waster. Got that, called that a lot, you know what I mean? But like, and then when I start getting that focus and realize, no, I'm gonna make this happen. And then now that has happened, I'm making it happen. It's depressing times for a lot of people in Ireland. There's a lot of bad stuff going on in the country. A lot of people are struggling. Everybody's struggling. But now, since them seeing me chase this dream, it's giving them an energy, and I see a new lease of life in them. And that alone spurs me on even more. So it's all just a perfect storm that's happening for me. And that is why I have this tunnel vision, and that is why I'm willing to kill every single man in my path to get that belt, you know what I mean? To secure the future, from my family's future, you know what I mean? That's what I'm doing it for.
Well, I'm doing it because for the love of movement, and I'm also doing it to secure because I recognise that it will secure my family's future. So why not take full advantage? Something that I love can actually secure my family's future and make us live a good life for the rest of our days, you know what I mean? And it's not work. I don't work, I live. You know what I mean? I don't have a job, I just have a life. No matter what was going on, some deep situations, I always had the belief that I was going to get here. I was going to get to the UFC. I was going to get... Because I just knew I was different. I know I'm different than these people. I'm enjoying the fruits of my hard work. Nobody works harder than me inside the octagon, outside the octagon. I am a workhorse, so I'm going to enjoy the benefits of this life. I am going to get myself a big mansion in Las Vegas. I'm going to get the soft top cars. I'm going to bring my whole team out. I'm going to spoil them and give them this life. We're eating good, we're living good. It's human nature. Some people will sit and take positivity from that. They will look at that and take inspiration and inspire. It will inspire them to go and push for that. Others will shell up and critique it and be negative towards it. But one thing is sure, those people will stay where they are. The people who take inspiration from it will rise up and also one day experience that life. So this is human nature. Some go one way, some go the other way. But I am enjoying my money, my hard-earned money that I have dedicated my life to. I can be a product of my environment, you know what I mean? If I'm in with the wrong crowd, I just kind of become wherever, you know what I mean? So that's why I like to be isolated. That's why this has helped me coming out here and being locked in an apartment on my own, building back up my leg, going from rehab to home, because there was no outsiders. It was isolation, it was visualization, it was motivation, and it was dedication. There was nothing else going on in my life, you know what I mean? To get to the pinnacle, it needs to be like that. It needs to be no outsiders. It needs to be, you need to have your team and your focus, and that's it. I don't need friends that aren't involved in this game, or that aren't on the same path, you know what I mean? Because it doesn't make sense. I know nobody can tell me that I move the same as any of these guys, because I don't move the same. I move differently, I move unique, and I know I move unique. Not only that, I speak unique, I act unique. I'm just different than these people, you know what I mean? So I
dress unique.
I dress unique, whatever. I just feel different to these, on another level, on another playing field than any of them before me. That's why I have no doubt in my mind that I'm the greatest, that I will be the greatest of all time. In my head already, I am better than everybody, and I know, you know, there's a lot of hate come from people, you know, but I know, and I will prove. You give me time, and I will prove it to everybody.
When you're chasing your dream and when you're working hard, chasing something you love and completely dedicated, it just happens. You can't really notice it, you know, even still to this day. I'm in an amazing position in my life, but I'm still working like I'm not. I'm still working like I'm not in this position.
Absolutely.
I'm still working like none of this is even, it's just something I love to do, and I just keep pushing and keep working hard. I can't pinpoint an exact moment for you, but if anything, I always felt like it was happening way back then. And now it is happening, but now I almost feel like it's not happening. You know what I mean? And I want to push to something else.
Absolutely.
I'm always striving to push forward.
No, I don't like thinking too far ahead. People set like goals, long distance goals, and that's too much for me. I already feel like I'm living it, and then I just carry on doing that. You know, carry on day by day, already living the final goal, the goal of being the world champion. I already carry myself like I'm a world champion. I already speak like I'm a world champion, and that's it. I just carry on day by day. So I'll take it as it comes. You know, hard work pays. I put in a hell of a lot of work all throughout this build-up in the fight. I pumped out more content than anybody, more content than Fox, more content than ESPN, more content than BT Sport, more content than everybody on the Mac Live on my own channels. You know what I mean? I'm a fucking workhorse from all angles, not just in the gym. But I'm building this media empire now myself, and we pumped out the content. I'm very proud of how it went. We consistently, daily movies I was releasing, you know, from like a month ago, every single day. You know what I mean? Nobody's doing that. So I'm very proud of it, and I'm very, like, the work pays, hard work pays, and I put in the work, and that's why I'm sitting at the top. I put it all on the line. I show up, I perform, and I get the results from that. So,
what do you think they'll say about you in 50 years?
You know, I'm not quite sure what they'll say about me. They'll probably just say I'm a young kid who showed up when he said he was going to show up. That's it. I cannot control what people say about me now or in the future. But I certainly know what I am doing, and the stuff that I have done and achieved will live on long after I am gone.
I wish I could encapsulate. I wish I would have took the picture of my son's face. You know, I was talking to him in front of Caleb last night. I said, "How does it feel? How does it feel to see what you work all week to earn at a coffee shop, putting up with fucking ignorant, fucking self-entitlement pieces of shit, talking down to you, thinking that you're subhuman, you're a fucking servant, that they can wipe their fucking shoes on you like a doormat? How does it fucking feel to know that you did your whole week, and more, a little bit more actually, in one day using one contract? How does that feel?" He goes, "I'm wasting my time, Dad. I'm wasting my time doing this." And that's exactly the fucking target I was aiming for. That was the fucking target I have been aiming for all year long with this boy. And I have been peacocking like a motherfucker around this fucking house, flaunting my ass in front of my wife, saying, "Yep, I fucking told you. I told you it would happen. I told you. I fucking told you." And this ain't it. He's going up. He's going to fucking arrive at every fucking goal he's ever had, because the look on his face last night said it all. Fuck. How is it failure if you've never put a live trade on? You didn't take a loss there. In the same capacity, reversing it, and when it does something right in your favor, you can't look at that and call that success. You didn't make profits on that. So see what happens when you start doing that? You want to skew the results of your progress, and these milestones are hidden from you because you want to have a report card. Am I doing right? On my first day of school, I don't know how to write the alphabet. I don't know how to do simple arithmetic. I can't even write the number 3. But I should know how to figure out 6 times 8. I should know what the square root of 9 is. On your first day, that's unrealistic expectations. And social media has cultivated that. Your expectations on yourself and however everyone else around you should view you is completely diametrically opposed to reality. And you're going to see there's nothing to worry about. You're going to lose. You're going to miss. You're going to do it right, but not do it good enough. That's all normal. That's all normal. There's nothing to be afraid of. There's a way to protect yourself in this. You still will lose money when you do it with a live account, but you absolutely do not listen to these influencers on YouTube tell you if I could go back in time, I would go in there and I would never use a demo account. I would start with the smallest amount of money in trading. Swaggy, that's not good advice. I do not subscribe to that view. And I think if anybody was really trying to learn how to do this, that's the worst advice you can give anybody. That's the absolute stupidest thing to do. If you want to learn how to shoot a gun really well, practice very first time with live ammunition. You've never handled a gun before. Let's go out there to the gun range and let's work with an AR-15. Really? Really? Let's test the efficacy of parachutes with somebody else packing your chute. Suddenly you don't want to do that, do you? That's the equivalent of going out there and trying to learn how to trade with live money. I don't care if it's the smallest amount that your broker will allow you to do. You are building all of this expectation. Listen, we all know nobody's here. Nobody's in this industry. Nobody starts trading to look smart. Okay? Nobody joins this industry to stand out in the crowd, to be looked up only on the basis of being right as a trader. We came to this industry to make fucking money. That's it. No other business. Now, everything else after that are bonuses. They're things that build up the reasons why and support. Oh, this is something. This is a derivative of being successful as a trader. So go back to square one. You want to learn how to fucking make money? I will show you how to make fucking money. But you have to start by learning what these candles are going to do. And the way you learn that correctly is remove money. Remove it. Take it away. Because you're trying to make this about the money when you're not even ready to be able to call the market correctly. Every time you look at the chart, if you have that minuscule account balance, push the button, you're in a trade. You're trading the smallest lots. And so I'm not beating you up. I'm just saying, I saw a clip sent to me and they asked, do I subscribe to that view? I'm like, no. I'm not knocking you. I'm not, trying to be rude or anything, but you have a lot of followers. And people with a lot of followers have a great deal of influence. And I am trying to be as responsible as I possibly can and still not be, disrespectful. By taking any trade, when you have zero understanding of what it is that you're doing, you have zero understanding about what you're going to feel as a trader while you're in a trade, everybody will come to that threshold eventually when they put a live account on and they push that first button. But don't rush that. For years, I made YouTube videos. Never monetized them. Never did any of it. My son told me multiple times, Dad, why don't you just turn on ad revenue? I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. And then when my daughter says, no, I can't trade, Dad. Okay. So I'm not going to just dip into my money every month and say, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to work my ass off and take on risk and do this, and I'm going to, prop you up in your lifestyle because you don't want to trade. I'm making it available to you. It's on the YouTube channel. Everybody else is doing it. And every time I see people, and I share it on my Twitter feed, I share it on my community posts, here's people doing your model. My daughter still is not motivated by that. You got people out there saying, oh, if ICT was so good at trading, his own kid doesn't even want to trade. Doesn't that tell you something? No, it just tells you she's a woman that's very stubborn. Okay, that's all it is. She's stubborn. She doesn't want to do it. Okay, you can't make her. Husbands, you can't make them do what you want them to fucking do. So stop trying. So I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm not going to lose my mind over that. So my ad revenue goes right to my daughter. Anytime she needs something, there's the kitty. There's the cookie jar it comes out of. Now, why am I even mentioning that? You You prove that there is a value to it. People come to that channel, they watch videos, it's great, wonderful, okay? I've always could have been making this ad revenue, but I didn't worry about it. Just like your trading, you already know. Nobody needs to be reminded. If you do this right and you did it with a live account, what's going to happen? You're going to have more money in that account before you put that trade on. It's expected, right? That's why you're here. That's why you're even listening to me. That's what you're listening to me to get to that point where you don't have to listen to this bullshit rant stuff anymore. You can go out and get your own money, get your own bag. But you don't even realize the things I'm talking about that are outside that chart. That's the shit that's going to prevent you from doing it. That's the stuff that's in the way, but you don't see it. You have blinders on. Like my daughter, she is in her own way. I am not going to lose my fucking mind trying to tell her, it's you, because then she'll take it as, Dad, you're making me uncomfortable and you're telling me things that's not encouraging me. So I know my limitations. I'm telling you as your mentor in trading, I know your limitations. And as a human being, you will not learn anything correctly by going right into a live account. Here's what you're going to learn. Fuck, I should have never done that. And that right there, that moment, that I wish I wouldn't have done that. You need to go in and lose money to know that you shouldn't have done that? That's asinine. Why do you need to have that scar? You really need that to know that if you push the button incorrectly, you don't know what the fuck you're doing, you're going to lose money? You need to know that? You don't already know that? That's what goes on in this business all the time. People lose their ass all the time. They blow their account, margin call, out of the business, goodbye. You need that to make it real for you. Because I'm going to tell you something. As soon as you do that, that right there, that's the shoe in your rock. Oh, I said that wrong. That's the rock in your shoe that you'll walk with the rest of your career. It'll play. I got shit that I did from 1993 that creep into my mind when I still do trades today. And you see how precise I am. And that shit still comes up in my head. And you have to be able to say, get behind me. I'm focusing on what I'm doing right now. Now, it took a lot of decades and years to get to where I can do that today. But do you think you have the wherewithal to do that as a new startup? Fuck no, you do not. I don't give a shit where you came from, what you can do. You can't do that, folks. This is hard. This shit is hard. And you're placing all of that unnecessary pressure and stress on yourself when you don't even know who the fuck you are as a trader. You don't even know what you're doing. You have no idea what you're doing, what you're going to finally settle in on as a model. So apparently it's not hard enough for you. You want to go out there and make it an Olympic feat. Because deep down inside, what you really want to be able to tell the world is, I never did a demo. I went out there and I started making money right from fucking Jump Street. And that shit never fucking happens. It never happens. Because you pick up bad habits. What habits? Being fearful of them. When I place a trade, I don't give a flying fuck what is going to happen. I don't care. If it goes to my target, great. If it hits my stop, I don't give a shit. I have trades constantly popping up in my understanding about what I'm looking at in price. I can go through any market and scan through any time frame. I will find a setup. You will be able to do that same shit at the end of this year. That's a guaranteed promise. You're going to fucking do that. But you have to go through the right stages of learning. And you can't be worrying about money. Think about it. Look, folks. I mean, this is the last time I'm ever going to fucking mention this shit. This is pissing me off now. I'm thinking about it. The fact that you're listening to this guy talking to you right now, what does that communicate to you? Look in the audience members. Look how many people. I don't know. I don't ever look at it. So I'm afraid I'll see a name that I know. And I'll think to myself, wow, I said that many F-bombs in front of that person. How embarrassing. So this way, I can just talk unfiltered and I don't give a fuck if I offend somebody. It's not intended. It's meant for you to be improved upon. And yes, this is abrasive. I'm like sandpaper. I'm smoothing out your rough edges with me being coarse. But you need to hear this kind of stuff. But the fact that you're fucking even here listening to me, what does that mean? You could be doing anything you want to do on Saturday. You're fucking spending it here with me, or watching this, or listening to this later on, or watching a video on YouTube that somebody's taken and uploaded. You're listening to this because you don't have your shit together. You got a job. It pays your bills, maybe barely, or maybe it does pay your bills, but you're not satisfied. You want more. Okay, wonderful, perfect. Every night when you can barely make your bills, gentlemen, ladies, think about it for a second, okay? Seriously. You're laying your head down on your pillow and you're thinking to yourself, fuck. It's middle of the week. I still got this many days to still work, and all of my money for my fucking paycheck is already spent. What am I going to do? You have to rest, because you have those days to go to work and do what's necessary to get that money that you haven't really secured yet. You haven't even done the work yet, and you're worrying about the fucking money. You can't make that go away because you're worrying about it. And even when you do the work and you finish that work week, you already know that you still don't have enough fucking money to meet your bills. That's the equivalent of what the fuck you people are doing trying to go out there with a live account. You're putting unnecessary stress. You're not going to make more money because you did that with a live account before you should have. The only thing you're going to do is cause sleepless fucking nights. You're making it harder. And you're fucking blaming me for it. I'm telling you not to do this shit, and you're still wanting to do it. Guy tells me, oh, I shit the bed yesterday and the fucking non-farm payroll. I feel really bad about myself. You're doing every fucking thing I told you not to do. I told you don't fucking trade non-farm payroll. I told you don't go on fucking social media and boohoo. Don't fucking negatively charge your fucking results. Don't record it like that. What are you doing? You're doing everything backwards. And who are you talking it to? You're talking it to me like I fucking caused that for you. That's exactly what you're going to see people doing this year. They're going to get in there, they're going to push a fucking button based on what I'm talking about in the marketplace. They're going to hurt themselves. And they're going to make fucking videos and say, ICT shit doesn't work. Look, here's the proof. I fucked up. No, yeah, you're right. You fucked up. You fucked up. You want a mentor? You want somebody to tell you how to do this? Guide you through the fucking jungle, show you where the quicksand is. Here's where the snake pits are. This is the shit that's going to rip your ass off. Avoid those things. Why? Why do you want to fucking go through that shit? Because you have a character flaw. And you're walking around with blinders on, trying to ignore it. And looking for any opportunity to put the blame and fault on your failure, something outside of yourself. That's the ugly part about this business. It is a mirror that you can't hide your real self. Everything that's wrong with you is going to manifest itself in your trades. You're impatient, you're going to fucking see it. You're reckless, you're absolutely going to fucking see it. You're impulsive and gamblers, you're really going to see it. I'm in drawdown. Fuck, I better go to fucking max leverage. No stop loss. And that's a mentor. That's a mentor doing that. Fuck it is. That's a gambler. That's somebody that does not know what the fuck they're doing. I get animated, and I get heated like this, and you might hear this stuff out of context and listen to it, just a small clip, like this guy's fucking nuts. I am the motherfucker you want to listen to. I've done it all. I know how to get you here. I've proven it every single fucking day. For years! Years and years. Where's your record at, ICT? It's in the fucking annals of fucking history. Ask my fucking students. Why aren't they out there saying this shit don't work? But there's more people coming forward. Making money, making annual salaries, Where's the fucking proof? Find your own fucking proof. Find it. It's waiting for you. Why are you fucking around and waiting? You got to step out there and do the work that every one of these people that are making real progress and real fucking money, they think they give a flying fuck how much you doubt it right now. They're not even worried about you. They're in their own world right now, running after their dreams, pursuing excellence. You don't give a flying fuck who doubts them now. They don't give a shit about their parents, what they thought about it now. They don't give a fuck about their friends, their coworkers. Fuck Carl. He can have employee of the fucking month parking spot every fucking day of the week. Who gives a shit? You're out of here. That's the way it's supposed to be. That's why I'm fucking here. All I want is for you to people to just simply fucking do what's necessary and stop fucking around. You got 1 year. You got 1 fucking year. If you don't do the work this year, it's all on you. Surprised when you have the results that you're getting. Why is that a mystery? Why are you tweeting to me? What's wrong with me? Why aren't you asking that of yourself in your journal and doing personal reflections where no one can judge you? And I don't know what you're thinking. I can't fix that for you. You have to identify these trigger things that happen in you. And be honest. It might be embarrassing if you were to say it out loud in front of other people, but it should not be embarrassing for you to record it in your journal. That's your safe place. That's the thing that's your fortress of solitude. Not a motherfucker can touch you there. No one can ridicule you. No one can make fun of you. No one can hurt your feelings. That's the monster laboratory. You're building a fucking monster in the pages of that journal. You have to feed it. It needs to be fed. And it grows on eating and devouring negative fucking shit. Chomping it the fuck down, grinding it into bits. And then you feed it dessert. Self-love. I'm so thankful that I've been doing this skill set or this approach to studying. I'm seeing the fruits of it. You feed that journal that, and then you read it. You don't write it and then just never look at it again. You have to treat everything like you're nurturing a child. Because in you, if you're brand new, that trader is still a baby. Are you going to feed a baby? If you gave birth to a child, are you going to give it everything that's harmful to it? You're going to feed its mind with stupid shit on TV? Letting it shape its mind and opinions about things? No. You're going to try to nurture it. Shield it from bullshit. Protect it. Guard it. That's exactly what you're doing with the future self as a trader in a journal. And anybody, any fucking clown joke asshat that says journaling doesn't work, I guarantee you, I fucking promise you, they're broke. They're fucking broke. They don't know how to fucking trade consistently. They can't trade their fucking way out of a wet paper bag, but they're going to give you advice. They're miserable people.